And we are live. Hello, everybody. We are the Order of the Dice, coming to you live on Twitch every Thursday at 8:30 Mountain-ish. Welcome to everybody who's catching us live on Twitch here. If you'd be so kind as to hit that follow button, that'd be awesome. If you've got a spare Twitch Prime, consider throwing it our way. And if you're nice enough to come to us from the YouTubes, please hit that like and subscribe. And with that, I will kick it over to Mr. Scott for our recap.
Fantastic. For those of you watching, we've been doing this Storm King's Thunder for a while. We haven't gotten very far yet because our awesome team of wanderers tends to get into every mess that they can. Last time, though, we had cleared the big fight in the main part of the cavern and proceeded to explore. The first place that we looked, we actually found a bunch of scared goblins that were babies and females that did not attack us, so we did not attack them. And then we continued onward to another opening where we came across some goblins that were probably on watch. As we came across those goblins on watch, trying to sneak up on the main goblin that we knew was in here after talking to and intimidating one of the children goblins that we had found. We saw a goblin on guard. Before he could warn anybody, we killed him. We tried to do it in a quiet way, but he was getting away. So Sizzle tossed his spear that set off a thunderous boom that alerted more goblins that we were coming. So as we were waiting for them to come and attack us, one approached, but immediately rose his hands and said, wait. So we listened to this goblin who wanted to be the big baddie. He was going to turn on his fellow goblins. So we made a pact that we would give him poison to poison these giant rats that were going to eat us. And in return, we would help him dethrone the goblin leader. So we said, here you go. Gave him some time for that to set in, and he told us where the prisoners were. We went, and then with some great work by, was it Zanash that cast a spell of a levitating
Tensor's floating disc. That's right.
Tensor's floating disc. We were able to get quietly all of the captives, both dwarf and human, out of their captivity, which was in a big open part of the cave, but had a hole in the middle where you could hear some bats that we didn't want to have attack us.
Which, by the way, if you guys would have if you would have moved the villagers, I would have had to roll a bunch of rolls for stealth checks, right? And those bats, if they were scared, I think it was 10 to 15 points of damage per space you move in while they're agitated.
So would have been a lot of dead folk. But instead, we got them out safely and stealthily.
That's right.
And then we returned to our fellow goblin, who told us that things were ready to go. And then as we approached all of the goblins, the head goblin said that we were in for it. And Zanash again spoke up and said, no, we're not. Because that guy, as he pointed to our backstabbing fellow friend, turned him in. Little did they know, as this was going on, Sizzle was invisible. And Sizzle decided to sneak into the back where their food was and where their treasure was, because there was some negotiating that we would get all of the treasure as long as we left them alive. So Sizzle started to sneak back there. The head goblin killed the backstabber and said if we left that he would let us leave and that there would be no hard feelings. He just wanted a place that was his, that he could live. Well, Sizzle poisoned their food, and then we left. And with the good people that we had saved, we returned to the town. And once we did, we made sure things were set up and people got to where they needed to be before we, went to the staircase into the clouds and talked to the king of the giants who...
No, not the king of the giants. He is just a traveling wizard.
Oh, traveling wizard giant.
Yes.
Who has this awesome castle on top of a cloud and was looking for us specifically and had some tasks and missions to send us on. Our party, being the party that we are, decided to say, you know what? We don't really care about any of those. What we want to do is go back to that cavern that we just left the goblins in, because there is, at the northern part of this cavern, a crevasse that we wanted to cross and find out what's on the other side, because every goblin that was sent over there, goblin or ogre, never returned, assumed dead. So we figured, what the heck? Let's go to a challenge that the DM tried to alert us not to do multiple times. And that's what we decided to do. So the wizard giant decided to take us to our cavern. As we entered, we had one more area to explore before jumping across the crevasse. And in doing so, we found a gray ooze that attacked. It was attacking a couple of those that were out in front that weren't here to play, and that might happen again today, before all of us helped out and eventually killed the ooze. And that's where we ended.
Nice.
All right. So, you guys have killed this gray ooze in this little southeast corner of the caverns. What are you guys going to do now?
Well, there's nothing down this way, is there? To the right.
So the right path led out of the cave
This
to the top portion of the mountain.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys would have scouted around, that was a second entrance.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, Nick, I want to go down here and just search this area where the ooze came from.
Oh yeah, good call.
So you see that there are wild mushrooms growing everywhere around those edges, as you can kind of see those little dots. And this water is perfectly clear.
Ooh.
It's actually quite beautiful in this
like,
little cave.
Are those like bend reality mushrooms or like poison you to death mushrooms?
Only one way to find out.
Let's go shrooming.
Well, I guess there's a few
All
ways
right,
to find out. but-
Alistair will eat a mushroom.
Okay, so Alistair picks up one of these funky mushrooms and starts sniffing it before deciding to just go ahead and plop it into his mouth.
For those online wondering, yes, our one of our other campaigns involves our DM Dennis, and he's not here tonight. So his character Alistair is gonna eat some mushrooms because he's not here tonight.
Behavior.
So I need him to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, somebody want? I can roll that. I think
Can I roll that?
I can roll that. DC 10.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. So, hold on. What's his con save? Is +1.
Probably pretty good.
Yeah. So that means I go here, and then I roll a D20. Everybody roll. That is a 4, sir.
So he fails.
Awesome.
He is now poisoned.
Oh, good for him.
He's going to take 1d4 damage now.
Well, that was fast.
He's now green. How much?
1d4.
Now, Nick, as Alistair begins nomming on the mushroom, Rolando kind of takes a long drag on a cigarette as he watches him devour this thing. And are you stupid? Are you just pretending to be stupid?
He hurls.
And he will be poisoned for 1 hour.
Oh, that's awesome. So he has disadvantage on everything for an hour.
Disadvantage on everything.
What are his hit points at? I can't change them.
12.
I think. Can we
I have
track
no
it on
idea.
him? Yeah, we can. I'll do it directly on his little.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Nick, I don't know what he's going through yet, so I'm just going to search the
Oh, I
water and
can't.
see if there's anything down in there.
I'll do it on his character sheet. How many points did he take?
3.
3.
3? Okay. Okay, so you're searching the water to see if there's anything down there?
Yeah,
Give me a perception check.
I'll bring Wit down here too. Perception.
Turtles like mushrooms, don't they?
So he watches Alistair get poisoned, and then he continues to go on to get poisoned. That'd be great.
They don't not like them.
It rolled, but didn't roll. Do you see it?
11 hit points now? Let me see. No, I did not see your roll.
Okay, that's really weird.
Are you using your sheet, right?
Yeah.
What did it say you rolled? That's good enough.
It's kind of obnoxious. It's not showing it at all.
Maybe refresh your character sheet.
Can you see that? I got a 20, which means with my perception, it's a 28.
Okay.
That's correct.
No, I don't see it. I don't know why it's not carrying. I'll refresh here too.
When you look in the game log,
Yeah, nothing.
okay, that's really, really weird.
Yeah. Okay, so
I mean, I can tell you on my, you can see it in the game log. It says, I can see it, but I rolled a 20, so I have a 28.
yep. So as you search around and are digging around in this stream, well, wading around in this little pool of perfect water, you find nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that stands out. Just really good water.
Hey, Win, what character are you rolling on?
Yeah, I had Rolando's sheet open too.
Okay. I just didn't see it, so.
Yeah, it's super, super different. Wit can see that Alistair is retarded. So he's going to lay on hands, but use 5 of his pool to remove the poison condition.
Okay. So Alistair is no longer poisoned, and does he receive hit points too?
No.
Okay. It's just to remove the condition.
Uh-huh.
Okay. He is no longer poisoned, so no longer has disadvantage on every roll.
Well, plus when he take die 4 damage every round? Or was it turn, or what was the ongoing damage?
No, it's just the poison condition. It wasn't
Yeah,
ongoing
poison
damage.
condition.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Just the initial damage.
He'll just cure him for 5, so... And you are also dumb. Okay, well, there's not much here, so we probably need to get back up to this big old gulf that we need to jump across.
Okay. So as you guys get to this giant cavern, as you look over the edge, you can't see the bottom. You can hear water dripping still everywhere, but it just seems to echo back and forth across this cave. It's about, 6-foot jump, 7-foot jump, somewhere in there. Except for the arc, he just can float right over.
Alistair's going to attempt to jump across the cavern.
Yeah, Alistair goes first. All right, let's roll that. What is it? Strength, right? So it's acrobatics.
Well, we've got athletics, right? So for him, that's a +3.
Isn't it? You can jump 5 plus 3, right? So he can jump 8 feet easy.
So jumping is, yeah, I think.
Is it strength? Is that what it is based off of?
I thought it was straight.
Jump. Long jump, right?
Unless they changed it.
Long bow, long jump. Page 370 in the new player's handbook.
Yeah, I'm looking
Jumping.
at it now too.
When you jump, you make either a long jump, horizontal, or high jump. See also long jump or high jump. Okay, so long jump. When you make a long jump, you leap horizontally a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump. So he can jump 16 feet as long as he gets a nice run up to it.
So he nimbly jumps across.
Yeah, I should be able to jump like 15 feet easy.
Yeah.
I can jump 14, so I'm gonna go across.
Yeah, the person with the lowest strength here is the Ark. Znash even has a
And he can
12.
fly.
I can
Which
clear
it doesn't
12
matter
feet.
because he can just fly.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Nick, it is super screwed up trying to move Wit around.
I got it.
Huh. You got him? Okay. I'll stop
Yoink.
grabbing.
And he can jump across as well.
Whee!
So this
We're
cave
gonna put him up front.
that you're now in
Yep.
heads down for about 50 feet, staying about as wide as it is, about 10 feet. So if you guys want to just put yourselves in your order that you're going to open up into this next room.
Wit and Alistair in front.
Let's see. Where is
Yes.
it? Where is it? Boom.
Ooh.
Whoa, what?
As the tunnel comes to an end, it widens up dramatically. In the center of this room, you immediately see, and it's those of you with dark vision anyways, you see a broken fountain and bones scattered everywhere around the ground.
What kind of bones?
All different types. A lot of them seem to be goblin, but there are numerous bones, and some of them are old, like they're crumbling from just time.
Wow. That's cool.
And as you look around the outside of the edges of this cave, too, for those of you that have the dark vision, right? You notice that it almost looks like at one point in time, this might have been a real structure of some sort. Like there's columns every once in a while around the edges that are dilapidated. Everything's kind of falling apart. Like it's really old. It's almost like a buried castle. Stone walls here and there. And
We need
I'm not going to add fog of war for this because the room's just not big enough to really care. But you hear a booming voice call out. I want to get rid of the name. How do I rename? I mean, that's too late. There. So you hear a booming voice call out, I am Quentin Barak Roush, the Bloodthirsty. Why have you come to my territory?
Alistair steps
we need
up.
we need our
Oh, your
icon
tokens. Let
button
me
up.
add your tokens real quick.
Yeah.
Boop.
While you're
Oops,
doing
not
that, Alistair steps up and says, listen, I've had enough of you and your kind bullying people. I've had it up to here.
I'll let you guys put
We just
yourselves where
wanted
you
to
want to
explore.
be.
We wanted to explore, and now we're here to see what was here.
Oh, sorry. I grabbed somebody on accident.
I'm gonna try to, when we jumped across, Nick, and even where we're at now, if there's any way to use like piles of bones or any of these pillars along the side, I want to try and see if I can slip into the shadows and hide.
So
I mean, I'm sure his perception's off the chart, but let's.
there isn't really anything nothing's big enough except for maybe the fountain, but even it's pretty crushed. But you can, of course, roll your stealth check and just see if you can disappear into the shadows.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if it rolls it.
I actually did not get a roll still.
Dude,
Crazy
I
talk.
wonder what is going on.
There's no like
I'm clicking on it and having it hit public roll.
Crazy, because everybody else's is working. Oh, there is a sizzle check.
Yeah, let me try and roll initiative, and let's see if maybe that helps.
I was just making sure mine worked.
So I hear the little blurp thing, but then it's not doing anything.
Crazy. Like you don't even see the dice on your side.
Uh-uh. It's really, really obnoxious. If I go to roll dice, roll to everyone. Try that.
Oh,
Hey,
hey,
Win,
what's
try
that?
rolling from the game itself.
That actually worked.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so yeah, that'll still work. That'll put me on 24.
Okay, so you got a 24.
Yeah. Oh, for my stealth, that means it's a 30.
You got a 30. Got you.
Yep.
Okay. So you feel you have successfully disappeared into the shadows.
Yeah, and I just have my guns out. I'm not threatening him yet.
So again, Alistair's going to come forward and say, I don't know who you are, what you're doing here, but we heard that everything that came this way died. You know what? We're sick of people like you pushing people around, so we decided to come check it out and see if you're as badass as you say you are.
Then welcome to death, he says.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
roll for initiative.
And Alistair stepped forward in front of everyone right there.
Closer.
Doesn't Alistair have 7-ish hit points, Scott?
Something
I have
like
no
that.
idea how many hit points he has.
Not enough.
Oh boy.
He does not have enough.
No. 11.
So let me go ahead and get... You got 11, you said?
Yeah.
I should try the turn order tracker one of these times, but...
You should.
Who wants to roll for
11.
Alistair? I'll roll for Alistair.
Yeah, I thought you were playing Alistair, so...
Alistair gets a
let's see.
13,
Sizzle got a 15.
but I don't think it showed up.
It didn't.
Alistair got a 13. Okay.
I'm on at least 19.
Art got an
advantage on that roll.
18. That's 2 initiatives of 18 in a row for the arc. That's crazy.
So I'm on 20, Nick.
You're on 20?
Yeah.
Oh.
Caleb, were you trying to talk? We can't hear you.
QBR got a... Okay.
Wit
now?
is on.
Sweet, there we go. Yeah, I got a 22 on my initiative because I rolled twice.
Oh.
I have an advantage.
22?
He has advantage. Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
show up in our
Roast
game
is
log, but it shows up on the other side.
And Wit is on 13, Nick.
No, I was going to say, Wit's the only one I don't have.
Yeah, he's on 13.
Anyway, does this guy, by the way, depend on dark vision to see in the dark?
Yes, he does.
Then I am invisible.
To all of us.
Yes, he does. And
I just imagined the Ark one of these times trying to move as someone else is shooting, and we can't see him, and he gets shot in the head.
Yes.
I mean, you'd have to be shooting like straight up.
Could happen.
I guess. I mean, if you're shooting straight up.
Well, how high are the ceilings in this place?
These guys
It's,
are.
pretty-
Inside
pretty
here, you're looking probably about 30 feet.
Okay, you got plenty of space.
Let's see. These...
Ooh, but I would make noise if I flap my wings, though.
Yes, you will. And these guys are. I think this one's going to be really fun. Okay. Let me just roll their initiatives now.
I just like that he's saying these guys and their initiatives, as we only see QBR.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe QBR's a they them.
Maybe.
Yeah, but even if QBR is a they them, it wouldn't be initiatives. It would still be initiative.
First of all, Scott, how dare you?
Okay, so
Nick, I'm breaking out real dice.
I love it. Do it. Might as well, right?
Well, just you got it working.
Same process as. I should have probably done this before, but I didn't realize I could.
All good.
Then
While we're breaking out dice, who's first?
first is going to be the arc.
So the arc, be ready. Who's on deck?
Row.
Row.
Right, Row, you were at 20?
20.
Yeah, Row's on deck. Let's just do, sure. So as you guys are looking on before the turn order starts,
Mm-hmm.
out of almost like the smoke and the haze that seems to be rising up from behind our wonderful vampire,
Oh, okay.
you see... Well, you don't know he's a vampire, but you know. You see...
Oh, is he a vampire? I don't think he's a vampire. I'm pretty sure he's not a vampire.
Mm-mm.
By the way, I do find it very funny that you called the QBR a vampire. There's some symbolism there.
There's some definite
Is
symbolism.
that because they suck the life out of us?
So 4 other beings just seem to materialize out of the smoke. And we will let the Ark take his turn. Murder some vamps here.
Okay, sweet. So, how tall is that fountain, by the way?
What's left of it, maybe like 5 feet in the middle, and everything else is like 8 inches tall.
Okay, so probably like a relatively difficult shot. And each of these squares is 5 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, 1 sec.
This is very bad, boys.
Yeah, whose idea was this?
Wait, there's 5 vampires?
Spawn.
Yeah.
Run away.
Is there an area of effect with the thunderbolts? There is, right? 5 feet? One sec.
I do not know. It's just the thunder spell, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
So...
Are you talking about what you get?
No, I'm talking about if I shoot the arrow, is there an area of effect? Like, or not the arrow. Sorry, the bolt.
It just does,
I
and
don't-
can be imbued with any of the following traits. So it's just additional damage.
Yeah, it's just additional damage. No splash
cool.
damage.
And it's 1d6 for the thunder damage, right?
No, it's 3d8.
Judas
Yeah, it's
Priest.
massive.
Let
Amazing.
me double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's 3d8. Yes, 3d8.
Okay, well, I fly up to this square that I already moved myself to, and vampire number 3, I'm gonna shoot him twice.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay, so first I'll go with my regular hand crossbow, and then I'll go with my +1.
Uh, 15 does in fact. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one. That is a negative.
Negatory Ghost Rider. You
Kind of a
missed.
terrible roll, so it's all right. Here we go.
Wait. Caleb, which of these guys did you attack?
Vampire number
V3.
3.
We are running away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's gonna take a little bit of damage before we run away.
So 20 does in fact hit.
Sweet. So then, because you guys are gonna have to tell the Arc this, because the Arc is kind of a, he shoots,
You're
not a thinker. Okay. So he's gonna take 8 plus the 3d8. So let's go.
So 8 of piercing damage.
Yeah, and then.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh my God, Caleb.
I don't know if
Okay.
that was. I literally. That is a 12% chance.
Oh my
that
God,
happening once.
dude. That's
3 times, I
hilarious.
believe, is a 4-point-something chance. Amazing. Delicious. All right, and with
Okay.
that, he will retreat back to his original spot. Well, at least close to it, with the rest of his movement, which is 20 feet. 20. And there he is.
Okay. And now we
That's
are
it.
up for row.
Who's on deck?
QBR is, and then Sizzle's way behind that.
Yeah. So, just thinking out loud here that we should just run
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
You guys want to run from the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time you guys have wanted to run away.
Well, so, Nick, I would say that when first QBR rolled out, I was like, maybe. 4 bonus.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. And a really pissed off one.
Running away. I am, because either take it and we go with it.
Just go for it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it and see if I can just drop his booty.
Do it. Shoot him.
So
I have to kill him.
Alistair
Meaning,
Alistair will stay there and hold them off for us.
what a heroic,
Alistair's not
what a
gonna survive.
hero. Because
Alistair's not going to survive.
And before he dies, he's gonna toss me his dragon tooth dagger.
okay, so
No,
I'm
he's not.
trying to shoot QBR.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yeah, I'm shooting him with probably the thunder.
Okay.
I think that's what we're gonna do here. And yeah, we're gonna do that. 22.
Okay, 22 does hit. QBR.
Okay, so he takes a lot. So he takes 15, 16, 17 points of damage from the weapon itself.
Okay.
He takes 18 thunder.
Okay.
So what is that? 17, 18. He then takes 10 on the sneak attack. So that's 18, 17, 35, 45. And then, oh, that's not as great. 7 from the racial bonus. So it's 35, 45, 52. And then it's a critical, so he takes 104.
104 for doubling the damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then I am going to action surge and fire one more time. 16, 21.
Okay, 21 hits.
And he takes 16, 17, 18 from the weapon.
Okay.
Wow. 19 from the thunder. And 7 more from racial.
Okay.
Is that it? Because I can only sneak attack once.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that
And
completes.
that is not enough to drop him.
Does he look hurt?
Well, I'm
He
sure
looks hurt.
sure he's hurt. If that's not enough to drop him, I will then use my bonus action to cunning dash my bitch ass out of there.
Smart.
Which for my current speed is 80. Then.
As you turn to head back down the cave, as you're running away, you notice what you hadn't seen before. Four humanoids step in from behind, out of nowhere.
Can I run past them, even provoking an attack of opportunity?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm going to go try to sprint past VT3.
Between VT3 and VT4, or between VT2 and VT3?
That's a great question. I'm thinking the VTs, since they're kind of on my side. And I can occupy Zanosh's, so because of my bugbear stuff, I could run just through VT3 because I can share his space.
You're going to just run through VT3, basically.
Yeah, and if you want me to acrobatics over the top of him or some cool flippy shit, I'll go for it.
I do like that. I like the sound of that. So let's roll that acrobatics check.
Okay.
While I figure out what he's going to do here on his damage.
Yeah, because I'm definite. Like, I'm just saying, I just did like 150 something points of damage to QBR, and if he's not even like gurgling, this is a TPK. Daddy is gonna try and at least get one of us out of here. So that's a 20 on the acrobatics.
Okay, so you easily go over his head, but as you're going over his head, he lashes out and does a 21 hit.
He would still hit, yeah.
Okay. And you will take 13 points of damage.
Owie, that really hurts. Hold on, super duper quick. Okay, I will use my reaction for my cloud rune, and instead he hits his buddy to the right.
He's more than 5 feet away, though.
If he's within 5 feet.
I'd call that within 5 feet. Okay, so he hits his buddy with that
Swipe.
instead.
Should I tell him that swipe or no swiping?
You should.
Swiping, no swiping.
All right, so V3, V4 is going to take... Okay.
He
All
is
right.
officially terrified.
Row is?
I think 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
So from where you were, you pretty much make it up to the ledge of where you guys jumped over. Because remember,
Yeah,
it's about 50 feet in.
I'd still have 25 feet of movement from where you have me at there.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would literally run and jump across the chasm. Like, he's not even trying to not get the fuck out of here.
So he's gonzo. At least he's across the cavern.
100%.
Okay.
I feel horrible. You guys, I feel horrible. There's no way we're winning this.
So, with that being said,
Alistair believes we might.
QBR literally disappears and appears in front of Alistar.
Oh,
You guys need to start screaming, it was all his idea.
And on this, he is going to roll to hit. I need vampire. Yeah, here we go.
While you're calculating that, I've never known when to run from a fight.
Me neither.
Listen, all you have to do is hit him one more time, he's dead.
How about you guys hit him one more time and he's dead?
Oh, I hate to say this, but Alistar's donezo.
Yeah.
what
What do you get hit with? You gotta tell us at least.
Yeah. You're okay. So does Alistar get hit by an 18?
Beats it.
Yeah. Does he have any special reactions?
Nope.
Sneak attack. What is he? He's a level 6 rogue.
Uncanny dodge. When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say his uncanny dodge would help.
And
so
it
it cuts
halves.
it in half, but he's already pretty low.
Half damage. Yeah.
That's good. Let's see. So he's going to take 2 ones that I can. So he's going to take 10 points of slashing damage as the vampire slashes at him with his long sword.
Ouch.
And
Half
then
the 5.
he's going to take...
Well, he has temp hit points too. He has 9 temporary hit points.
That's helpful.
So he took 5, because half of 10.
Now he's taking 11. Oh my gosh. 17 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus.
Oh, hey, Nick.
So 8 more.
Nick,
So he's still up.
quick.
Yeah.
Hey, I would have done an additional 10 points of damage because I didn't calculate in the my archery bonus.
Okay.
I don't know if that
And-
helps or hurts, but
I mean, it's more damage.
The necrotic damage would not be halved. I think it's only...
It's only the attack itself. Yeah, the physical damage.
Oh,
Uncanny
so-
dodge doesn't protect you from magical damage, so he's down.
So then he took 17 points, so he's down.
Or
Let me
no,
make
he's
him-
not. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. The math doesn't quite get there. So
Well,
he's
you
got
could've did-
9 temporary hit points. So we take away
Take
5 of those,
five.
so he's got 19 total. 17 points of damage takes him down to 2 hit points.
Okay, so he's still up.
That is an impressive little guy. That's all I know. Good work,
Yep.
buddy.
And now he'll make his second attack. Sorry.
So now he's down, but he survived that round. So
Attack.
It was fun for him.
And
Let's
this
see if-
one is
15.
so now he's going to bite him, which is crazy.
What did he
He's gonna
get for the roll?
terribly.
24.
Ooh.
Yeah, he bites.
Ow.
So he's
And now
dead.
the damage for that.
Well, 'cause
is
especially
not
he
as
only has one uncanny dodge per
Yeah,
round.
one reaction.
So
So-
6 points
No,
of
he's
damage
down.
from the
he's
bite.
down for sure.
That's it?
He's
6?
down.
Wow.
Yeah, the bite's not as crazy as the sword.
Mhm.
Right.
And now Alistair's
Yep.
gonna come back and haunt us as a vampire.
Except for something else does happen when he uses it.
Yes.
Oh, then he seems, as you're looking at him, he seems to gain some vitality.
QBR does.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep. And now the next vampire is going to fly, basically, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, up to there. This one's going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. This one's going to fly up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, right next to the arc.
I don't know if he'd be able to see me though. Should probably at the very least affect the attack.
Yeah, I don't even think he knows you're there, honestly. So we'll just move him just as if he's moving towards Wit. Yeah, there we go. And then this one does say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. That's close enough.
Dang! Come on, Wit.
That is all they're going to be able to do for them because they use their... Oh, wait. Haha!
No, he can
Never mind.
attack, right?
Yeah, the... Yeah, I like this. This is awesome. So, the one that's right next to Wit... No. Those two can't because they use their actions to run. So we'll let the other ones that didn't run aim down crossbows, shooting at, well, Wit's the only one they can really see. And Sizzle, but we'll do...
Pretty far away though. So, well, if they have light crossbows or heavy crossbows, then they could probably. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, what is that? 33. Yeah, they can hit him. So we'll do the V3 attacks first, and I'll have Sizzle, Otter, Evens.
Evens.
I
Okay.
apologize, Nick, but what initiative are we on?
We are on... What are they? 16,
Dude, so right before Wit.
right before Wit. Well, actually, you got Sizzle, Alistair, and Wit are tied.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep. Okay, so rolled a hit on Sizzle. Oh, terrible roll. So I'm going to assume a 7 doesn't touch.
7 doesn't touch.
Let me make sure I did that right for their crossbow. Yeah. Okay. The second one's gonna shoot. Damn. Odds or evens again?
Odds.
Dude, you're killing me. Okay. So he rolled a crit. Let me roll the damage here.
Hold on real fast.
Okay.
Wit will use silvery barbs on that.
Okay, so Silvery Barbs does...
Makes him reroll.
Makes
him
him
forces a
reroll.
reroll.
It gives advantage to whoever Wit should choose, which he is probably going to give to Sizzle.
Okay, so 12, I'm assuming, does not touch either.
Nope.
Nice use of Silvery Barbs.
Donka.
And that is their turn, so we will come down to Sizzle.
Who
So
has
you
the
have
better?
advantage now, Scott.
Who has the better dex?
That's the next turn between Alistair and Wit.
Okay.
Sizzle is next.
All right. Sizzle. All right. He's gonna ask if everyone's planning on running.
Yes.
The Ark's gonna say stay silent, but accept the plan, obviously.
Okay, then Sizzle is going to chuck his spear at QBR. He's actually going to step. Oops, sorry, doing that. He's going to step forward 10 feet, chuck his spear at QBR, and he's got advantage on it. So, not that one. Cancel. This one. Roll.
We said we're running.
Oh, duh. I do plan on rolling with physical dice because I got these out. Well, does a 18 hit?
Yes.
Well, I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. An 18 hits. So that will be 1d8 regular damage, which is 6 is 9, but then it's going to be 3d8 thunder damage. So 6, 12, 14. Okay. Oh, there's a DC. So they have to make so QBR. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from the spear must make a Constitution saving throw, and I believe that the save is 15.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
And so it would be 15 feet from QBR, so it should hit. It will hit all of them but V4, but it'll also hit Alistair. The arc is probably high enough up it won't hit him.
So
Unless you're on the
V1 and V1, V3, and V2 all failed. So what damage are they taking?
They take 14 thunder damage.
Okay.
And they're pushed 10 feet away from the weapon.
Now that becomes 27. Okay. And V4 was the only one that didn't take it.
Yeah. Did QBR take the damage?
Yeah. No, he passed.
Okay, he takes half. So he's
Half.
7, but he doesn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's 7, but he doesn't move. But V2 and V3 should be pushed back 10 feet, and V1 and V2 and V1, 2, and 3 should be pushed 10 feet away from QBR.
I guess we'll just push him into this other dude.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, and then you don't have my homunculus servant here, but he
Let me
would
add him
be
for
with
you.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, let me add him for you.
Okay.
Forgot about the... There you go. You can put him where you want.
Okay, I'm gonna put him right here. He would have been with me, but he can go 20 feet. And then he is going to cast, because he's got my cannon hooked up to him, the flamethrower, which is a 15-foot cone of fire, and each creature takes 2d8 damage, but they have to make a dex saving throw.
And you're doing it towards V4 and 2?
Yep. So dex
Dex
15 saving throw. Yeah.
Your dex is... Okay. 15, so they fell.
Okay,
Right.
8 damage. 15 is it, so meets it, beats it.
Beats it. Okay, so half that, so 4?
4. Yep.
Okay. 4, and 2.
And I'd use 10 feet of my movement. Now I'm going to use 20. And I'm going to come over here by Zanash.
Okay, and now we are to Alistair to make his death save.
All right, here we go. I got it. I got this, guys. I got this. Nope.
Fails the first one. Okay, let me mark that.
I mean, we kind of knew this going in.
What's the point?
And the first one failed. Failure! All right. After he fails his saving throw, we move to Wit.
Wit cast bonus Misty Step.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
He's going to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to dash through, trying to do basically the same thing he saw his homie do.
They don't have attack. That guy doesn't have an attack of opportunity anymore.
Correct.
Or he doesn't have a reaction, I should say.
He doesn't have a
Because he
reaction
used it.
left. Nope.
Yeah, he used it. So yeah, he's just gonna run through him and V2 or V4, excuse me. So kind of just through that side there, and then he's gonna run and try and catch up with Rolando. But he can only move, he can move 60 from where he's at.
So he's probably going to make it pretty close to the edge. We'll just say he's at the edge.
Well, he should not talking trash to Rolando, but he could pass Rolando. Because this round he could have moved like 30 plus 60, so like 90 with bonus with the Misty Step. And I moved like 80.
Yeah, then
So
then he's, I guess he's long past it then.
yeah, he'd be able to like jump the thing and be over there.
So Wit is across the crevice.
Screaming, "Suck it, bitches!" But very slow.
Suck it.
Bitches.
I love this 0 attempt being made to save Alistair. Like, so
Dude,
cutthroat.
there's like it's like being surrounded by the Viet Cong, bro. This is just a
Survive.
Yeah.
yeah. You live to
Somebody's
see another day.
gonna get fed their wiener and have balls dangling from their chin.
So, yeah, and that unfortunately Rolando doesn't want his
No.
ball hanging from his chin. Anyway, so that and then that is his total actions.
Okay. And then we move to Zanosh.
Sweet. Zanosh pulls out a scroll from his pack and casts Time Stop.
Nice.
Oh, snap!
And gets 1d4 plus 1 rounds of... Gets 3 rounds to do whatever the F he wants. He takes off his necklace of fireballs as a bonus action and places it around Sizzle, and then proceeds to make 30, 60 times 3... 180 feet of dashing movement to get the hell out of there, and nobody can touch him.
So Zanosh literally, to the rest of you, just the freak appears.
Yeah.
And Sizzle, all of a sudden, you feel something around your neck.
You know what the crazy thing about this?
What?
Zanash had the chance with that to go and save Alistair.
No, I didn't,
And
because
instead-
Time Stop says this spell ends if one of the actions you use during this period or any effect that you use creating it affects a creature other than you, or an object being worn or carried by someone other than you.
Oh,
Nice.
snap.
In addition, the spell ends if you move to a place more than 1,000 feet from the location where you cast it. They nerfed Time Stop.
That's lame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you are successfully gonzo.
Mm-hmm.
now we come to the VT4s here. So one moves
And that
up
spell scroll was wasted.
on Sizzle here.
Great. Everybody that I came next to just ran away, so now I'm the only target.
Yeah, let me pull these guys up though, because I don't think theirs is quite as good.
Now you know how I felt when the Zents attacked.
Yeah, no, these guys are fodder.
How do I delete this? There we go.
Does a 16 hit him?
Misses.
Okay. The next one moves up behind you. Critically fails, so he like stumbles and falls in the mud. This one moves up on you. Remember, they can't see the arc. 12 misses again,
Misses.
and the last one moves up on you. 16.
Misses.
Okay.
Nice.
All of them miss.
Nice.
And we move
These
to the
guys are
top of the
really
turn
good.
order.
They're really good.
Who's up first?
The
Arc.
arc
Ooh.
is gonna, seeing as the plan is to run, he's gonna take his 100 feet of dash movement by flying and just
Peace
And
out.
get
GTFO.
out. Yeah.
So
So
all
now
of
I have
you,
5 vampires going to attack me.
all of you except for Sizzle and Alistair have
No, they could
successfully
see
made it
Alistair. Yeah.
out of the cavern. And now we move to...
Scott, you can self-detonate with that necklace of fireballs if you want. Just get it.
So
Alright.
Ro would have been next,
You,
but he's gonzo.
FYI, that thing will do if you decide to use it. Where'd it go? 10
More
d.
powerful
And
than using
is this
it.
where we would start singing "Brave, Brave Sir Robin"?
Yeah, it'll do 10d6 damage. So on average,
Which
about
is not
30.
enough. You
Not
just
enough.
need to run away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surrounded by 4 of whatever those are, and 5 vampires about to hit me.
And you Misty Step. Go
I
invisible.
don't have Misty Step.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So he moves right up on Sizzle here. Does an 18 hit.
Misses.
Ah, nice. Okay. And the next one's going to miss too, because it was a 17. So that is his turn. Now this vampire. Where'd he go?
So hold on super quick. How are you? Oh, because you were so far up there already, huh?
No, I cast
Well,
time
I didn't-
stop.
For me, I threw my spear to try and clear some space to make it easier for people to run, and so I didn't have a dash like you guys did.
And then, Josh, you
I
couldn't
pulled
use
out a
time
scroll and cast time stop.
and that wouldn't have benefited.
So
benefited
unfortunately,
him.
they uber nerfed time stop, and I cannot interact with anybody other than myself, or it ends the time stop.
So this one's a 19.
That hits.
Like otherwise, dude, I would have chucked my necklace of fireballs. I would have grabbed people and dragged them out behind me. Like, yeah, I can't
You could
do
have done all sorts of
anything.
stuff.
I can't do anything that affects anybody other than myself. I mean, delayed blast
can always
fireball would
send-
be cool, but that's yeah.
You could always send the arc in to get Alistair since they can't see him later.
Where did I put my D10?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, why didn't Caleb like swoop down and pick him up?
I have a strength of 11.
So 15
And I
points
weigh-
of regular
I weigh
damage.
45
Yeah.
pounds.
And
So
Yeah, remember what happened when they
that's
jumped
another
on
thing with, like,
Joshua?
the Aarakocra.
10 points of
that's-
necrotic damage.
Okay.
Another one of the things with the Aarakocra race that they kind of took away is the ability to like
Two.
all people. They're very, very, very weak, and they don't
Okay.
weigh enough to actually do anything in that.
And then
setting.
the other ones have
Could you
just
have
moved
cast
up, but they're
invisibility
not.
on him?
What?
Could you
I
have
don't have
cast
that kind of
invisibility
spell.
on him?
I could have cast
No, I don't-
invisibility
I don't
on
have
him.
that
I
spell.
also could have cast fly on him.
Okay.
But I
And they're
decided
just
to get the
trying
hell
to
out.
shoot you.
17 misses for the first
Correct.
one.
Oh man, and even worse, a 16 misses.
Like, I'm not sure that I'd have left.
So they miss you
Sybil.
with their crossbows. And now it is Sizzle's
Like,
turn. Surrounded
Get out.
by all these vampires.
Get out.
The homunculus servant comes and lands on me, and I cast Vortex Warp on myself,
Ooh.
and I go 90 feet away.
Oh, that's
to a
dope.
spot that I can
Attaboy.
see.
Yeah, I was
That's
just gonna say,
cool.
Vortex Warp is phenomenal. So hallelujah.
So that is awesome. And see, that is why I didn't bother to endanger myself further, was because I knew everybody else was fine.
So
I was
as
hoping
you
to
guys
have my homunculus servant go on Alice and use Vortex Warp on him to get his body out while I ran, but there's no way I'm running with that many people around me. So
Yep.
Alistair's.
too many attacks of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anywho.
So as you guys
And
all
then you still
run
have your
out
movement.
of the cave,
After the 90
Yeah.
feet. So you get a 120. Nice.
all the vampires are chasing right behind you as you guys leave the cave, right?
But it's high
And
noon, right?
But as soon as they get to the edge of
Uh-huh.
the cavern, they're maybe 5 feet inside of it.
Uh-huh.
And it's like they hit a magical barrier.
Nice.
And you see them like gnashing at the teeth and they want to get you.
Does anybody have
But-
anything super reflective?
I will turn around and start dog shooting the fuck out of them.
So as soon as you start shooting at them, they all retreat back into the
Yeah,
to
like
the lair.
Wait a minute.
sense of
Does
pew,
anybody-
I'll join you
Hold
in
on.
that shooting.
Hold on.
Into the safety deep into their cave.
Alter self shield. Do I have anything fun that can like pull them into the light? Dude, shoot your thunderbolt right behind
That's-
him and knock
that's
him
what I'm
into
gonna
a
do.
freaking.
Is I'm gonna, if they're sitting there, my turn. I'm gonna toss the spear right behind them, and they all need to make a save to see if the thunder pushes them out into the light.
So it's not light that's
What-
stopping
It's a
them.
barrier.
Oh.
It is like a barrier.
Oh.
An invisible barrier that you guys cannot see, as if they have been cursed for all time
Son of a gun.
to
stay there.
live inside of this buried castle.
Can we bring
Now,
down the
one
mountain?
very last quick point to make.
Uh-huh.
Did the goblins leave the cave? Or
They were
goblins
all
are dead.
poisoned. Remember?
They died.
Scott put poison in their food.
So
Yeah,
everything in this cave is just cooked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except for the vampires. They're good.
We'll go
Yep.
tell the Zentarum. Look, maybe the Zentarum can take them.
The vampires. Yeah.
By the way, did I get an experience for killing all the goblins?
Yes, in the form of creativity.
Oh,
You did,
shit.
in fact, earn experience.
So what
That's
happens
good.
to
That's a lot of
Alistair?
XP.
Yeah, so Nick, we got to make this a little more like dramatic. Like Rolando's kind of puffing. He's emptied a few shots at him, and he. Where the hell's Alistair?
I thought you got him. Oh, I thought you got him, boss. Oh shit.
Hey, Doc, why don't you fly around in the other way and go and get Alistair while they're looking at us?
The other way?
Yeah, the way up top of the mountain that we found when we fought that little ooze thing.
Oh, that doesn't come in through this way. Remember, that's in the center cave. This is a separate cave on the other side of the ravine.
Yeah, we know, but then he could fly across the ravine again,
He could.
and he's super
Someone's
sneaky.
invisible.
Yeah,
They
I can,
can't see you.
and I can cast invisibility on him to give him extra invisibility.
You bring
Is
his body
this
here.
part?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. Like, hold on. Like, Bart, Caleb. He kind of looks over at you like this and goes,
No, I'm not strong enough to lift someone and then fly.
Hold on, do I have a
Well,
spell
then
for
fly.
that?
The wings only can carry so much.
then Nick, I kind of grinded on the stone. Let's get the hells out of here.
You know what, though? You know what? Before we
What about that
leave,
one
before we
thing, or
leave,
the floating platform thing?
before we leave, I will cast Arcane Eye, and it's going to go back into the cave. It has a duration of concentration up to 1 hour. You create an invisible, invulnerable eye within range that hovers for the duration. You mentally receive visual information from the eye, which can see in every direction. It also has dark vision with a range of 30 feet. As a bonus action, you can move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. A solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter. So I am going to send it back into the cave labyrinth to go see what happens to Alistair.
So, as your eye gets into...
Oh, go ahead.
Wait.
What?
Can my homunculus servant ride on your eye?
No. It
wouldn't
is
be
an invisible, invulnerable eye that hovers for the... I don't know. That's up to the dungeon master.
I always envisioned it as being kind of
Ethereal,
right? Yeah, like it doesn't really have...
I mean, it's invisible and invulnerable. It specifically says invisible, invulnerable eye within range that hovers for the duration.
So...
I mean, it could, but it might get seen.
But it's invulnerable.
The reason I'm...
Well, the homunculus
servant isn't.
Yeah.
But if we can get the homunculus servant to it, I can actually cast a spell through it.
Is there
so
a
I
range?
Can cast a healing spell.
Is there a range on your homunculus?
Isn't it its own thing?
It's its own entity. And you can cast spells through it as if it's...
So I can guide you. Do you have a telepathic connection to it?
I would have a connection, but I can't see it. So like,
I can report back to
eye.
you. Because I can see in 360. I can be like, okay, it's safe. Move up 60 feet. Okay, here's what I see, and I can describe it to you the entire time.
So as long as he doesn't fail all of his death saves, and they're not eating him, right? Like, if I can get the homunculus servant there, I could cast Cure Wounds on.
I mean, at least we can go see what happens, and then I can tell you, yeah, get your homunculus out of there. He's dead or whatever.
Yeah.
So
you guys hatch this plan.
Yes.
And successfully move the eye and the homunculus servant.
How far behind do you want the homunculus be from the eye? Because I can just communicate to you. So you can be like, yeah, go ahead and move up, to the cavern. Go ahead and move up. Nobody's looking in this direction. Blah, 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 blah.
We'll just say that we slowly move, and if he tells us we need to stop,
all right,
we stop.
But how far behind the eye is the homunculus?
20 feet.
That's it? Okay.
Okay, so when the eye gets within range of where it can see Alistar, all of the thralls, which you realize that they were vampire thralls,
which ones
are kneeling around Alistar.
Okay.
And all these ones that say VT are kneeling around Alistar.
Oh, cool.
And then the vampires are also standing around Alistar.
All right, I described that scene to the group.
And we get the homunculus servant in there and then vortex it out.
I mean...
Yep.
I can't.
And QBR is actually bent over on his knees, sucking on the neck of Alistair.
Now, Nick, I don't want to offer a potentially different take on the vampire here, but I have thought long and hard that, as such a sexual creature, maybe the vampire extracts its fluid
from the femoral arteries. Yeah. Okay. So he's got his leg in his mouth, just. Yeah, he's got his femoral artery in his mouth, just going to town. And if somebody, I guess you're the only one that can see it. Josh, if you want to give me a knowledge religion check.
Oh, fun. Hey, that's still a +5. We can do that. Yeah, 22.
So you know from what you've heard on
Uh-huh.
super powerful vampires, anyways, not your average run of the mill, but a powerful one.
Right.
You believe he is in the process of turning Alistair into a vampire.
Uh-oh, boys. I communicate that to the group.
I don't want any of the details. I don't want any of it.
He's sucking on his femoral artery right now.
Does that mean it's like his dick?
I mean, it's close.
Can the eye see too, or just hear?
Yeah. No, the eye can see.
Okay.
The eye
So
can only see, it says.
Only see. Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys standing on the other side faintly hear unintelligible chanting.
Oh, coming from the cave?
Yes.
Ooga shaka, ooga shaka.
You can't make out the words because it's too far away, but you can hear chanting.
I think it's time to get the hell out of here.
I want to see what. I mean, I'll let it go for an hour. I'll chill for an hour. I'll see what happens to him.
So
I start rolling another cigarette, Nick, and reloading my guns.
So the QBR went after a while.
Uh-huh.
Actually steps back from the body and stands up and begins chanting as well.
Uh-huh.
And that's basically it for the whole hour.
Okay. And then it's basically just going to wink out unless the homunculus wants to try something.
No, the homunculus is gone. As soon as you said that, the homunculus left.
Now, what's going to be hilarious is if somehow Alistair comes back into this campaign as a vampire mini-boss against you guys.
That'd be great. That'd be great. And then we get to kill him again.
I'm not saying it's out of the
Then we get to kill him again. And guess what? QBR is still
or
there. So.
He comes and helps us later as a more powerful being.
Oh, there you go.
Just happens to be a vampire.
Yeah, true.
That might be a possibility too.
So whenever Dennis is able to, join.
Is our cloud ride still there?
Out some ideas,
yes, your cloud ride is
ideas.
still there.
Cool.
I mean, he said. Actually, I guess we'll do that as we transition up to there. So let's. I'm assuming you guys are going back to the cloud.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Let's get out of Dodge.
Zephyros.
By the way, rest in peace, Alistair.
Rest in peace. He's a vampire now.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
No rest, no peace.
So when you guys
No
get back,
peace.
when you guys get back to Zephyros's tower, he greets you and says, "How went your affairs at this cave that I took you to? It looks like you're
in giant."
Yeah.
And I speak it. I'm a gangster, and he's teaching me runes. Yeah, pretty much. There's vampires down there.
Oh,
and they killed our buddy. I'm real messed
I
up.
see one is missing. What? Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he put his thing in his mouth, and and it was gross.
Femoral artery got him. Yeah.
So he kind of looks around and he goes over to his bookshelf and pulls off one of his. He's kind of searching along the volumes, and maybe you can tell me what exactly you saw.
I'm gonna go ahead and let the little goblin guy.
Mm-hmm.
He can closer. This whole thing was disgusting.
My hobgoblin explains in graphic detail what he saw happen to Alistair in the cave.
And there was chanting too, huh?
Mm-hmm,
This does not bode well for your friend Alistair.
No.
I'm afraid he's being turned into a vampire.
Okay.
His days are over, and he closes the book in that form of life and puts it back up on the shelf somewhere in the mix of all his books. Then he pulls out a book towards the very end of all the volumes, and you see him start scribbling, writing some notes.
I think he's probably making notes of.
So, gentlemen, after he finishes his notes, he looks up at you all. That was quite the event.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have 3 paths laid out before you. And all 3, I see power being amassed, which is going to be necessary if you're to help help solve the problem with the giants that is occurring. He's like, I can't make any recommendations on which of the 3 paths you should start first, but I do know that the fate of the world rests directly on your shoulders. For if things continue with the giants in the way that they are now, I suspect there will be an outright war of the giants, which will wreak havoc on all of the lands, for this has not happened for centuries.
Wait, the giants are going to war with each other?
Possibly.
Or...
He says possibly. It's a little too early to tell all the details, but I fear the worst may come.
Like, you're a super smart guy. Do you know any of these giants we could go, like, help them with their problems?
Unfortunately, I have been in seclusion for so long, and most of the rest is still shadowed to me. I only know...
What brought you out of seclusion?
Oh, and when I was contacting the ethers on the other side, they spoke to me of possibilities and comings. Nothing set in stone yet, except for they did tell me that you, well, now you...
-1.
4 directly will have a say in how fate is decided during the coming events.
Cool.
Thence why I came out in search of you and saw visions of Nightstone being attacked. And you, 6, helping the villagers.
We did. We helped villagers. We're great.
And then he says, as a reminder, I believe the path laid out for you guys is either Bryn Shander, Golden Fields, or Tribor.
Ooh.
I think we should go to Golden Hills.
Golden Hills.
Yeah, I've never heard of Golden Hills. We should go to Golden Hills.
It's like a bunch of wheat. It's rad.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. So he tells you guys,
I'm down for whatever you want to do.
The trip to Golden Fields will be approximately 3 days in my cloud castle, in my tower. So
sounds good.
He says that's where you guys want to go. Perfect. And he floats up the center and disappears. Doop, 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 to his bedroom. And then floats back down and sits in his his ginormous throne. We are en route. You guys are welcome to make camp inside my tower.
Nice.
You can go up to the 3rd floor if you would like, and you can make camp up there while we travel. You could go out on the clouds, but I tell you that's a little iffy when we're traveling. So might not be the best to sleep out there. It's usually okay if you're walking around out there, but I wouldn't recommend sleeping out there in case anything happens. The skies are dangerous places.
Got it. All right, I'm going to start a long rest.
Okay.
Samesies.
You guys can all take a long rest.
Do we level up?
Not yet.
Damn it.
Not yet.
I mean, we didn't really do anything other than run away.
That's okay. We survived, which means we get
did.
some experience.
Yes, you did survive. All of you except for poor Alistair. Yeah, are you guys going to say anything over his... are you going to do, a grave or any kind of,
Is there any... Wait, is any of us, a holy man or,
Yeah, I put out my cigarette, Nick. I felt like that was... I grounded into the stone, and I'm a man of few words, but I'm very hurt by it.
Listen,
And next time Dennis should show up.
Alistair had some of my stuff. I made nice things for him, and now I don't have them.
Oh wait, Wit is a second level paladin. He can do holy stuff.
He can say
Yeah.
he can say a nice thing.
While
for
you
him.
guys decide what you're
Yeah.
gonna do, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Cool.
Yeah, Wit spends the next 15 minutes saying about 15 words
Of memorial.
of condolence
Yes.
and sorrow.
Last.
I'm pretty impressed I got Wit out of there. I'm going to be honest.
That was good. That was very good.
Like, I thought
You're
Dave...
So that Wit died.
Oh, I thought.
If it had been one, if we'd have been one, maybe two vampires, even just one.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, Dave's got... Dave's hammers are fantastic. Like, versus
Yeah, he got
Undead,
some dope hammers.
I was
like if
considering.
we could have just gone one-on-one, Dave could have just whooped that dude's ass. Like,
Yeah.
if that had been one,
holy
two
damage,
vampires,
radiant
maybe.
damage. Yeah.
When I saw like the 5 and then some thralls and then like another vampire,
Yeah.
and then I blew 150 something points of damage in homie's head of magical.
And the next round, just so you guys know, the next round, the QBR was going to get access to his lair actions. So things were going to get real evil real quick. Like, he could have probably, if I'd have given him the first round, stopped you guys from leaving.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Yeah,
that's...
like with enthralling us and stuff like that. Yeah.
So he's
But
got
just
some really
for,
interesting...
vampires are nasty, bro. They're like CR what, 10, 12, 13 something in there.
Yeah, they are not. They're not nice.
I mean, dude, a vampire is more than enough to take on.
No, that's dude.
our
They're
seventh level warrior.
CR13s.
So, okay, it comes back to Nick's observation. When Josh runs away, it's the red skull of death in every game. Right?
This
Where it's
this
like,
was
oh,
one of
that
those
guy's-
encounters that like you
Yeah.
guys
You
couldn't.
told us you'd have these. You said
Yeah.
there will be some encounters that like. if you
When I
guys are
said that he
dumb
was
enough-
hurt, I was like, yeah, he's had damage, but like, it's not really like,
Yeah, by default
Hurt.
they've got 195 hit points.
yeah,
Yeah, it
and
was like-
everything you know in mine is
Doubled
juiced.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all of
and-
mine would have been. Mine's all
No.
magical, so like he wouldn't have had any resistance to him, but still, it's still 150 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
And he's not dead. And I'm like, so I did 150 points of damage to that
QBR,
well, no, the Orc War Chief Paladin monstrosity,
and he went down.
and he died. So this is Ro's new like litmus test.
I love
If
it.
he gets sneak attack, blows your head off, and you don't die, then he's either running away or trying to negotiate his way out of that deal.
Mhm.
Not dumb at all.
I feel like
Okay.
those are good.
So as you guys travel along,
Isn't Golden Hills like the isn't it a temple of Shantea?
I don't remember.
I think it's a huge farming complex. That's like a temple of Shantea, if it's up north.
I do know we're gonna have some interesting things in the next chapter. So anyways, as you guys travel along, on the end of the first day, well, actually, you guys sleep through the first night. Nothing happens. The next morning, what are you guys doing when you wake up?
There any cool spell books to read?
Zephyros's books again are huge.
Right.
You could ask Zephyros,
Yeah.
who's a great host,
Hey,
and
buddy.
say, "Hey, do you have any spell books?" And
Yeah. I can
starts
share some of
thinking.
mine with you, but you probably know all these.
He starts thinking and thinking. I'll have to dig
Yeah.
through, and he goes over to his shelf,
Mm.
and on the very top of the shelf,
Ooh.
anybody who can read Giant, you can clearly see that it's listed out like indexes of information.
Ooh, I
like
can read
multiple multiple of the books say indexes of information. And so he pulls one out towards the very beginning and starts looking through it. Okay, my spell books. Okay, and then he goes to another place on his shelf and he's reading the little numbers on each one that appear to be dates in Giant. And he pulls one out and he says, "Oh, there might be a few good spells in here." And he's flipping through it and flipping through it. Oh, let's see. Now give me a D100 roll.
Ooh. 34.
Let's see what we get. I wish I would have saved that chart last time. That was a dope chart. Let's see. Sure. Let me do this.
Whenever you get the book.
Haha, I found my table that I used.
Somebody please text Dennis that Alistair died.
Whenever you get the book,
Yeah.
Sizzle is going to cast Reduce on it, so it's easier for you to hold and read.
Oh. Thank you.
Okay, so your roll was a 34?
Yes.
Okay, now let's get down here. From there, I'll have you do me one more roll.
Badink. 58.
Okay.
Well, technically you didn't die. You got turned into a vampire.
58.
Well, actually, no, he did die, and then he got turned into a vampire.
So he's got a spell written in this book for Healing Word.
Oh, that's not going to help. I can't learn that.
Give me another 2 rolls back to back.
All right. We've got an 8 and a 30. Ooh.
Okay, that's actually good.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Right.
8 and then 30. There is a spell for Find Traps and False Life.
Do I have either of those in my spell list? Hold on. What did you say? You said Find Traps?
False Life and Find Traps.
So Find Traps is a 2nd level spell in the... And it is not available for Wizard.
Dang.
How
about False Life?
Wizard. Yes.
And do you have that one?
I don't think I do. I think it's a 1st level spell that I do not have.
So you can add that one to your list if you spend the time studying it.
Yay, we're going to do that.
And since you've got another 2 days on the road, that'll probably happen.
All right, cool.
Are all of you just hanging out inside the tower as you're traveling during the day? Are you exploring? You were invited to go up to the top floor.
I mean, I would hang out with him because I'm trying to learn runes and working on perfecting my giant.
What he does do for y'all is he casts like a spell, and you're not sure how he does it. It must just be something to do with his tower. But he casts a spell of levitation on a gold disc sitting on the floor in that circle, allowing you guys to use it like an elevator to go up and down.
Cool.
And it doesn't disappear. It just stays there.
Well, Sizzle's going to go exploring to try and find cool things to tinker with.
So, are you staying to the 1st and 3rd floor only and avoiding his bedroom like he asked?
Yeah, he'll avoid his bedroom.
So, as you're searching around this crazy tower, it's actually, aside from his books, pretty empty. Now, when you do get to the top floor, right away you notice today in the area there are, I gotta see what to roll. D6. There happens to be only one of the griffins hanging out up there right now. And what is your passive wisdom perception?
Passive perception's 14.
Okay. Yeah. So you got one griffin up there.
Okay. I'll hang out there, and I'm going to tinker with...
As you floated up, you did see one thing on the second floor that caught your interest as you floated up past. You see in the corner, one corner of his room, a bed that you have never seen the size of or even heard of in your entire life. And in the other corner, there is a giant floating, glowing orb.
Sizzle is not to the point where he's ready to mess with that, so he's still going to just stay at the top level.
Okay.
Hey, everybody who's still alive has dark vision, right?
No.
No? Who doesn't?
I don't think. Wait, no.
You
I thought
don't?
you did.
I don't have dark vision.
Okay.
I think Sizzle's the only one that doesn't, though.
I'll keep a prepared spell for you if you ever need it, just FYI.
I think we used it a couple of times as we were going in there. You
Yep.
cast it on me.
Yep.
To further describe the area, there are what appears to be large hay bales and nests. There are twigs and stuff sticking out of it, like the griffins have kind of created their own little nests in here too. And then the two big gold discs step out into the open where the griffins can take off and land from.
Okay. Yeah, Sizzle's going to kind of hunch down between two of these where there's not a griffin and just enjoy some silence and tinkering.
Cool. So 3 more griffins come flying in while you're hanging out up there, and they all nest down. Are you approaching any of the griffins, or are you just leaving them be?
I'm leaving him be for now.
Cool. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. That would be 20.
So you see off in the distance a huge silver dragon glides through the clouds, approaching quickly. As it flies closer, you see a number of armored dwarves clutched in its talons.
Okay, that's cool.
What? Oi! Hey, you griffins. You don't talk.
Sorry, that was good. That was good. That was very good.
So then I holler down, hey, there's a dragon up here flying around with dwarfs in its claws.
I'll come look.
Okay, so you float on up there, and you see it is getting closer very quickly.
All right. Do they look friendly?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
I'm going to see if there's anything that I can put on a griffin so that I can ride the griffin.
So you will need to, if you want to ride the griffin, you need to make an animal handling check.
Animal handling. Okay. That is a 14.
Ooh.
Or sorry, no. 12. 12.
Oh.
12. Okay, so as you approach one of the griffins, to try and persuade it, I guess, into riding, it kind of like growls a little bit lowly at you, giving a warning.
A little screech.
Hey, now, listen here. I've got this great thing that I can put around you, and we're gonna ride out and see that dragon.
Does the griffin speak Auran by chance?
Ooh.
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 I'm speaking to it in giant, by the way, since
No,
the
listen. I'm
giants,
gonna.
griffins.
I was. I kind of. The ark is kind of just flying around, and I'm just gonna. Notice what's going on there, and if the griffin happens to speak Auran, I'm gonna go down and translate for the homie.
Griffins have an intelligence of 2.
Yeah, so that's a no.
Damn you, griffins.
So it should be, if you want to give me a quick, oh shoot, probably knowledge nature check.
Me or
Yeah.
the ark?
Either one of you that are up there. Actually, all 3 of you can make it if you want.
Yeah, I'll make a nature check for you.
Nature?
Yep.
Nope.
Ooh, 15.
You don't know anything about griffins, man.
15?
Ah, Zanosh.
Mm.
You know
Kinda
that
stupid.
griffins that are raised from the egg and very young, and from very young age, can be ridden.
Mm.
However, as you look at all 4 of these griffins, they appear to be 100% wild griffins. Like, Zephyros just feeds them like stray cats.
Ah, very good. Like trash pandas.
He must get a lot. Yeah, he must get a lot of these just
Ooh.
coming and going as he floats around wherever he floats.
Okay, I'm going to approach a different griffin since that one seems hostile.
Okay.
And this time, my animal handling was a 15.
Okay, so a 15, you make it. The griffin eyes you a little bit, but stays put.
See, now this one knows what he's doing, and I get all situated and on it and say, "Hey, you! I don't know what your name is, but let's go check out that dragon."
Crikey.
It bounds off into the freaking airy and takes off with you on its back. And as you get on there, you realize as you're holding kind of onto its feathers that it does have, right? Towards the ends, they almost feel more like fur. You're able to kind of steer it around a little bit,
buddy.
like riding a horse a little bit.
Yeah, now this is what I'm talking about.
And as you fly towards this silver dragon, the silver dragon sees you, and you see it billow out a flame. But it's not close enough to get you yet.
All right, that's what kind of flame?
It is silver in color to match the dragon.
But fire, not like acid or.
You are not sure from this distance.
I'm gonna get the griffin to fly up higher to try and fly with enough distance and height to hopefully be above the dragon as it flies by.
Really? It's breathing fire?
It looks like fire from the distance.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not. Okay.
Yep, it just looks like it. That dragon is watching you. And starts to correct course as you start to fly up.
It's following me.
At this point.
Okay, then I'm gonna take my griffin and start flying around the tower.
Okay. So this silver dragon is now approaching the tower. You guys have maybe 60 seconds before it will be there.
Well, I mean, silver dragons are usually friendly, right? I mean,
Usually.
they're good, so I'm just gonna, like, go hide in a corner.
Yeah. So as it approaches the tower, let's see how many they're gonna get. 8 very heavily armored dwarves are dropped out of its claws onto the cloud below.
Mm-hmm.
what does the dragon do other than dropping them?
The dragon just begins circling.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And as soon as the dwarves land...
What? Where are they?
these
I
added
don't
in
see
here.
them. Yeah.
I'm going to add them in right now. Let's see. What does it give me for a token? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Actually, let's do it this way. Yeah. They start coming towards the tower as quickly as they can possibly move, and they make it to the front gate, the front door, I should say, before we are rolling for initiative here.
Oh wow!
I was about to say Sizzle is going to fly down, so he's on the outside of the tower, coming down at them on his griffin.
What's the big cloud
snap.
giant doing?
So he actually levitates up into his bedroom.
Okay. Where?
So we're rolling for initiative.
Oh wow, these guys
Yep.
are there. Hold on.
20.
I'm like over here. There we go. 22.
26.
Damn,
Sorry,
y'all.
Michelle.
What's the blue curtainy squiggly thing there, Nick?
Oh, nothing. Just, yeah, it doesn't even mention what that blue squiggly thing even is. 26 for
For the arc.
the arc,
Holy
22
crap.
for
Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed. It rolled off of a 17, so I'm on 14.
14 for Row.
That's about. Oh, Wit is on 10.
14 for Row, 10 for Wit. Alistair is dead. Okay.
Jeez, way to rub it in.
Sizzle.
20.
20.
Yep.
Okay. I think I've got everybody. Zanosh.
Yes.
Oh, what was yours again?
22. Yeah. That.
Yep. Sorry, I'd accidentally put it in the wrong
No, you're good, bro.
spot. All right, let me just get these guys added. We'll call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, D7, D8. Okay. Let's get theirs real quick. 14. Oh, maybe so 14 across the board. And it looks like we'll probably be starting
Are you
with the
flying
art
on the outside
yet
too?
again.
Nice.
Where's my note?
So the arc.
Yes, I mean, I don't think I'm seeing the right. Am I seeing the right map? Just okay. We're just in the tower.
Yep, you guys are in the tower.
Okay, cool.
Oh, come on.
I don't think we have to attack, do we?
No, I'm gonna hold an action because I don't really understand exactly what's happening yet. So I'll go ahead and just kind of come out here and see if they're going to be aggressive. But I have loaded 2 of my fire bolts.
You gonna say anything?
Nah.
Okay. Zanosh.
But if I notice any aggression, I'm immediately firing.
Where's the platform that goes up to his bedroom?
Let me make a little mark for that.
Yeah.
Let me
Is
make
it
a
the
little
circle
mark.
in the middle, or is it on the platform?
So that circle, yeah, let's just say it's the whole circle in the middle. You can go up and down anywhere in the circle in the middle using his mysterious spell that he
All right. I want to get in the
cast.
circle and go up.
Okay. You walk into the circle and you start floating on up.
Cool. Done.
So figure you're like halfway by the end of your turn,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
which is quite a ways.
Yep.
Sizzle, who's flying around on a griffin right now.
I'm going to fly about 15 feet above them and say, "Hey, what brings you here?"
They do not respond.
Bunch of douches.
Do they look aggressive?
They look like they've got a purpose. Your fly speed on your griffin, by the way, is 80 feet.
Okay. I'm going to toss
They are
my...
fast.
You know what? I'm not even going to toss my spear. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. And they're nice and lined up there, so I cast it on all of them. So they need to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
None of you have tried to talk to them yet, but they look like they have a
Yeah,
purpose.
he just did. Sizzle just said.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What'd you say again?
I said, "Hey, what brings you all here?"
Yeah, that's not a good enough.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they're continuing on their mission. They would ignore that. That's why I
Okay.
ignored it.
So then I cast Fairy Fire on them, which isn't harmful. Just preparing in case they do become harmful.
Okay. What is the fairy fire? Is there a
There's
saving
a
throw?
save. Yeah, dexterity 15.
Okay. Yeah, the 19, so they pass. What happens when they pass? Nothing?
Did you roll them all the same?
No, I rolled them together, yeah.
Roll them
You want me
separately.
to... Okay, so
Yeah.
the first one passed. Second one fails. Let me start marking these guys that have failed.
Perfect. Mark them like purple or pink, because that's what I'm making them glow.
Cool. Let's do them purple. I like that. So this one's going to be purple. The third one fails. Purple. One is a fell, miserable fell. And fell again. Oof. Pass. And pass. And the last one is a fail.
Boom.
So more than half
And
of
then
them failed and are lit up bright purple.
And I'm just going to follow above them in the air as they go into the building.
Okay, sounds good. We are 2-row. Oh, you're muted. Win.
Are they armed? Like, do they have weapons out and drawn?
Yeah, they are armed to the teeth.
I mean, like like, look, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and not just shoot everything that comes at us, but like, and these are 10-foot squares or fives.
They're actually 20-foot squares.
Oh, 20, 40.
This place is
50,
huge.
80.
Yeah.
So these dudes, even on dash, can just still only get to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can talk to them too.
They ignored Scott's simple request of why are you here?
Could be more direct. State your
See if
business
you
or be
want-
fired upon.
Yeah, I'm not real intimidating.
Roll it anyways, or roll something else. I don't know. Persuasion?
Yeah, so I use my have we had a long rest?
Yes.
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 Okay, I don't know why I was not clued in. I apologize for that.
Yep, you all got a long rest.
So I use my giant what is this? I can't remember what it is. Giant's might. So it means I become large and huge. My weapons all get bigger.
Dope.
You what?
Dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
so
you
I
said
come
no.
out and my guns are huge, and I'm like 12 feet tall, and I spin them down my arms so that they can see as I raise them both up at them. You better stop right where the hell you're at.
And what race are you again, Ro?
I'm a bugbear.
So once you pull out an actual weapon at them, the one in the center, D2, he says, listen, Bugbear, you're none of our concern. We're just here to stop the tower.
Yeah, see, the tower's our patron, and he's a good guy. And I think you're good guys, and it sounds like some shit's just been mistaken here.
Give me a charisma or give me a persuasion roll.
Yeah, that's probably not real up his.
Oh, if only we had a charismatic
And you can do it
character.
You did. You can do it with advantage.
Okay. I mean, I do look super duper duper. 18?
Ooh, okay, guess what? So 18 actually does succeed. They pause. And what are you trying to convince them about your patron being a good guy? Like, what exactly will you say once you've got their attention?
Listen, we can shoot the crap out of each other here in a minute. But could we find out why you're here and explain why we're here first? In fact, with that, Nick, I even kind of like bring the guns down and almost holster them. Like,
Okay.
sliding it in as in my intention is to, like, hey, there's been some misunderstanding.
So, the leader says, Queen Dagnabbit, which sounds made up as crap, but that's what the book says, of Mithril Hall has sent us here
I know Miss Hall.
at the behest of the Lord's Alliance to stop this tower, as there have been reports of giants causing damage around the lands.
We actually have killed a bunch of giants who attacked Nightstone.
Interesting.
And this guy is trying to stop the giants from more attacks. His name is Zephyr, and he's kind of rad. He's very nice. He will even float you around, and we could help you guys stop these other giants. That's our whole purpose.
So
Hey,
allow
and
me.
you have a dragon.
And I can put my guns away, Nick. Like, it's now fairly obvious that, like,
Hey, Ro, they came here on a silver dragon.
which is awesome.
Badass, go.
And dragons.
Yes. The silver dragon's name is Clarion.
Ooh.
Huh.
That's
And
Great name.
Clarion owes a favor to the queen, which is why we were allowed to be carried by such a noble creature. So you...
I kind of motion them in.
And he
like,
kind of
now that my
counts
guys are
around.
away, yeah, like my guy, please, come in. Let's parlay.
So they move in.
And
Sorry,
I
Sizzle,
and
you're
I walk
coming
up
to.
and kind of smack my chest and introduce myself. That I am Rolando of the Gilgan, a gunslinger, a defender of the
The leader introduces themselves as Ildahar Iron Fist. I am Ildahar Iron Fist.
That name is rad. It's almost as awesome as your beard, which is fucking awesome.
And he goes like this. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll come back down the lift at this one.
Meanwhile, Colm in another world is dreaming of this chance encounter.
So you guys are actually trying to stop the giants.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets worse, Ildar.
That are doing the damage.
The Zentirum took over Nightstone. It's wild.
Well, I don't know about what we're going to do there. The Lord's Alliance is not happy to hear that at all. We will have to take that news back to our queen.
But perhaps we could ask Zephyrus, come down and just walk us through what's going on. I think we're all on the same page. I think we could be simpatico.
We're super grateful we didn't attack you guys. We assumed that this giant cloud was the one that had done damage to other areas, and now...
No.
Okay, that's good to know.
This guy, he'll feed you. He's got gangster food, like awesome. Good drink. He's got runes. I've been like learning runes. Runes are so great.
Okay. Well, we apologize. I'm glad we didn't do what we were set out to do. So,
I mean, like on one level, Nick, my need for experience and leveling up is disappointed.
Well, we still overcame this challenge, so...
I feel, Josh, that's a great point. I feel like with a simple...
And this is story-driven leveling up. I'm not doing it based on experience,
there
right?
you go. Perfect. So, I feel like we resolved this conflict.
You guys did, because all of these dwarves and the dragon are technically lawful good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are.
So as soon as they realize that you guys aren't the ones dropping giant boulders on things around the freaking,
which is funny because most of us are monstrous races, which is like, or half of us at least.
Well,
but Dave's neutral or Dave's lawful good.
Yeah.
Mullins.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he's part of the not half, like you and me. Yeah. We're goblin.
I'm neutral good.
Yeah.
No, I'm like
you guys would have
No. I'm just saying you're a bugbear and I'm a hobgoblin.
Yeah, and so for most creatures inside of the Neverwinter area, right, those would be considered evil. Oh man, well, we don't have anything to help you on your way, but know that you can, if needed, contact anybody in the Lord's Alliance or Queen Dagnabbit. That's so funny of a name.
Dagnabbit.
It is literally spelled Dagnabbet. Dagnabbet.
Dagnabbet. Just throwing an alternate
if you want to give it some flair,
out there.
Dagnabbet.
Yeah, there you go.
Dagnabbet. Okay, so we're gonna go back on our Silver Dragon, and the D2 pulls out a chain from underneath his armor and blows on a whistle, and you guys don't hear anything.
It's like
but the Silver Dragon, a few minutes later, turns around and lands on the cloud.
Okay,
and this is an adult Silver Dragon.
Adult. That's dope.
So it's massive. It barely even fits on the cloud.
We probably would have lost to that.
Yep, male adult silver dragon named Clarion.
Yeah, Sizzle's taking his griffin out to meet the dragon.
The griffin, after you land, takes back off up to the area. He wants nothing to do with any dragon.
And
The dwarves all go outside and climb on the dragon. And unless anybody has anything else to say to the dragon, they're going to take off.
Well, I'm going to say, hey, you beast, you are beautiful. How? Listen, can I just give me a minute here? And I show him my homunculus servant, which is not in the form of a dragon, but it is in a metallic bird. So it is silver and it looks bird-like. And I'm like, listen, I like to make things, and after seeing you, you are an inspiration. Would you be opposed if I made my homunculus servant to look like you?
So Clarion looks over at you, swoops its big neck around, and looks directly at you with big sapphire blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And do you speak Draconic, perchance?
I don't believe I do.
That's okay.
I speak Common, Giant, Primordial.
So in Common, Clarion says, I like flattery.
Okay, hold on. What is this for report card?
You're making it a ways with me. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Sizzle, and I'm from a faraway land. But again, you are beautiful. There's no other word for it. Majestic. Actually, there are many words that I could use to describe majestic. And if I could ask, I'm always looking for material to use when creating some of my.
What order they came in? That's just your
They're not masterpieces, but I like to tinker and put things together. Would you perchance have anything unique that I could use to maybe make
click on it right
something as majestic as you? Like, I don't know, do you lose scales? And I'm not trying to be
So
offensive here. I just
Clarion-
don't know dragons.
And I want you to keep in mind that this dragon's voice is like sing-song
Okay.
when he talks.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, like it just sounds like nothing you've ever heard before in your entire existence. And he's like, for the flattery from young Master Sizzle, I think I can spare some things. And he reaches up with his back paw and scratches at the
Just
side
kinda
of him.
Itch, like, gets an itch.
Yep.
Nice.
And like about, let's call it 6 silver scales fall onto the ground. And he scoops them up with his front paw and holds them out to you with these giant talons, by the way. This hand is massive. Like, you could climb
I'm
right
getting
up into
chills.
this hand and he could just... But he
Sizzle
holds
doesn't-
them out to you.
Doesn't know how to react, so he kind of bows his head as he reaches forward and grabs them from this and says, "You do me such a service. I promise you, I am going to use these to make something that I hope has some of your majesty."
I hope to hear of this one day, Genasi.
I will. You know what?
signed by us.
And he
Where-
reaches
where-
reaches out with one claw to like almost shake your hand.
This.
Very good to meet you, Sizzle.
He looks at them. He's like, "Guys, look at this. I'm shaking a dragon's hand."
And as he shakes your hand, though, like you feel your body come up off the ground and back into the clouds, and off the ground and into the clouds. You can tell he's trying to be gentle, but like he's a big boy, and you're not exactly a big creature, and you're very grateful that you're on clouds.
Yes. Well, I have no words to say how grateful I am. Thank you so much.
And so, seeing all of this happen, our wonderful friend Zephyros actually floats down and comes out, and he's like, "What a beautiful creature!" And he's got his book in his hand.
Point of order.
The same book you guys saw him.
Hold on. Actually. No, go ahead.
The same book you saw him scratching in earlier after you told him of your friend's untimely death. He's like writing, and you see him like snap his fingers, and you're not sure, but some sort of spell was cast. And it wasn't anything nefarious at all. You could tell that. And he says, "What is your name, dragon?" And the dragon introduces himself as Clarion, but they look tense, both of them.
Yeah.
Until Sephiroth says, "I mean you no harm, dragon. I am not like most giants. I am an observer and a learner only." And he turns the book around, and his spell had transferred an image underneath his writing exactly how the dragon looked at that exact moment when he came walking down, with Sizzle's hand shaking the dragon's claw.
So Zanash is going to awkwardly say out loud, "Wow, this is kind of amazing. I mean, considering that the dragons and the giants were locked together in a 1,000 years war many millennia ago."
Yes, but this is a lawful good dragon.
I know.
That now knows that you guys are not a threat.
But still, the giants and the dragons did war for 1,000 years at one point in Faerunian history.
Yep.
So, just saying.
Yep. And so Clarion, as he takes off, right before he takes off, you guys hear him say, just in your minds, "Beware giants. They can't be trusted." And flies off.
Okay.
And that, gentlemen, will be where we will wrap it for tonight.
Thank you, everybody who came to see us. We are the Order of the Dice again. We stream live every Thursday, 8:30 Mountain, till whenever we feel like it. Thank you again if you've been kind enough to stay here from the watching us on Twitch. Please hit that follow button. If you have a spare Twitch Prime, consider throwing it our way. And if you're coming to us and have made it this far from the YouTubes, please hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. Thank you. Peace.
We have